Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. It's Jane once again and thank you for tuning in. I am catching up on videos that were supposed to have been filmed and posted last month. So here I am back with another video. I have the two new Viktor & Rolf 2022 fragrance releases, Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid and Good Fortune. I've bought these travel sprays from the Sephora US website. If you're interested to know how I ship perfume to the Philippines, please check out the description box for details. Just as a backgrounder, I'm not a big fan of Flowerbomb, the original mainly, and most of the flankers are not exactly my favorites. Although Flowerbomb is a very popular perfume worldwide and even locally, you can see them in celebrities, perfumes collection, their top 10 even. I, for one, am not. I was never and probably will never be a fan. I have a previous video comparing the OG versus Flowerbomb Nectar versus Flowerbomb Dew. I will make sure to link that video up here and down in the description if you're interested. Nevertheless, I was curious to know if Ruby Orchid is the Flowerbomb for me. And as for Good Fortune, I was simply intrigued by the campaign around this. The fortune teller theme and the purple color is totally my jam, but mostly because I'm just curious. It's a new name, a new line under Viktor & Rolf, and it is definitely worth checking out. My thoughts on both of these perfumes coming right up. Flowerbomb Ruby Orchid Eau de Parfum. The perfumer is Domitil Miquelon Berthier. I hope I am pronouncing that correctly. But anyway, this perfume has peach and vine, orchid, and vanilla bean. The first thing you'd notice is that this perfume is unmistakably a flower bomb, much like the OG and the other flankers that I have over here. So this is syrupy, sweet, dense, and heavy. You have to like those type of scents to like this at least. I do not particularly smell peaches in the opening, at least not the fruity fresh peaches that I can think of. Perhaps what this is trying to depict is something like peach marmalade or candied peaches if there's such a thing. What I get instead is a smokiness to the syrupy sweetness akin to that of Flowerbomb Nectar. There are indistinct florals, whether or not it is orchid, I'm not too sure. I haven't come across an orchid flower with a very strong distinct scent to it, so that's that. All in all, what this is really mostly sweet syrup with a powdery undertone and an herbal nuance to it. Well, there's vine and maybe patchouli as well, although not mentioned in the notes list. Now comparing this to other Flowerbomb samples I have, so this resembles Flowerbomb Nectar in the opening because of that smoky nuance in the top notes, but they go in totally different directions after about 20 minutes of spray. I like, sorry to say, Flowerbomb Nectar better. That gunpowder note is such a unique edge of Flowerbomb Nectar. Comparing Ruby Orchid versus the original, I think that fans of the OG will stick with OG. What I'm saying is that this is not going to smell better to lovers of the original Flowerbomb. I don't think I will pick this over the original myself, and that's me who's not even a fan of the original at all. This isn't better smelling than the original Flowerbomb, if you know what I mean, and not nearly as compelling either. So if you love Flowerbomb OG, you can probably skip this one. This versus the lighter Flowerbomb Dew. So this is not as soft and not as powdery and cozy as Flowerbomb Dew. Dew has also more fruitiness about it than Ruby Orchid. Do you need this flanker? I personally don't think so, especially if you have any or all of the other Flowerbombs, unless of course you are a collector and collect all the flankers. I don't think this is a very strong flanker. You might find other iteration of Flowerbomb more to your liking. For example, me, I find Flowerbomb Nectar more compelling and better smelling than this one. It is safe to skip getting this flanker in my honest opinion. Performance, this is very similar to the other Flowerbombs I've sampled, breast worn in rainy, cooler weather outdoors, air-conditioned environment, or for rainy nights in our local tropical weather. I am rating this perfume a 5 over 10, average for the genre, not getting a bottle, and perhaps I'm giving this sample away to someone who might like this more. I was definitely and honestly more interested to sample Good Fortune Eau de Parfum more than Ruby Orchid. Ruby Orchid is a definite 50-50 even before I sniffed it. Now, Good Fortune is created by Nicolas Boulot and Anne Filippo. I hope I'm saying their names correctly. Top notes are fennel and gentian co-distillate, heart has jasmine super infusion, and the base has bourbon vanilla. Right off the bat, this is a polarizing perfume. This you must sample. Do not blind buy. This is for the adventurous perfume fanatic. The opening will definitely tickle your nose with something herbal, minty, sweet. The overall vibe is sweet, syrupy, floral vanilla, much like Flowerbomb. The dry down is powdery sweet and sort of flat to my nose. If I didn't know this to be a new line with a new name, I would think that this is a Flowerbomb flanker. Honestly, this definitely belongs to the same family, perhaps even from the same tree, dressed differently to look like novelty, but honestly, this has the same Flowerbomb DNA going on, at least to my nose. I was not impressed, to say the least, not because of the notes, but because of the lack of creative effort on Viktor and Rolf's side and for capitalizing on people's love for Flowerbomb. And short of being told that, they created a whole new campaign and packaging and name, but to my nose, they all seem to dry down very similar, this and Flowerbomb and its many flankers. So again, if you're into Flowerbomb original, or if you have a flanker, a favorite flanker, maybe stick to it. I personally don't think you're missing much if you've never sniffed Good Fortune. This is, again, best for cooler weather in season, rainy days and nights for Philippine weather. You have to get past that herbally opening. It's not unpleasant, but more of an acquired taste, so that's that. Stay away if you hate minty, herbally green undertones in your perfumes, because you're going to get that in here in the opening to mid mostly. If you'd like something similar, I recommend Angelique Noir from Guerlain. That is definitely more compelling, pricier, but totally worth a spot in your collection. Good Fortune and Angelique Noir do not smell alike at all, but they are in the similar sweet green herbally vanilla scent category. Good Fortune is a hard pass for me, rating this perfume a 5/10. Not bad, but definitely average and uninspired. Then again, these are all based off my personal preferences. We all have different tastes, live in different parts of the world with different seasons and climates. So if you love this perfume, please don't be offended. We all have total freedom over our perfume choices, and please wear whatever makes you happy, makes you feel good and awesome. So that is it for my review and personal thoughts on these two new Viktor and Rolf fragrances. Flop ×2 for this year's releases for me, but hey, there's always next year, and I'll be sure to look forward to upcoming releases they have. Thank you all for joining me today, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up so I know you like my content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon to be notified when a new video is posted. A big shout out to all subscribers, old and new. Thank you so much for your support as always. Stay safe, you all. Smell your absolute best, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!